please prepare yourself for grace in the matter of which you are accustomed to. Father, for this noonday meal, we would speak the praise we feel. Health and strength we ask of thee. Help us, Lord, to thankful be. Amen.
Hello, folks. This is Joey Brown. Remember? Well, folks, I just wanted to talk to you for a few moments about your boy, or the neighbor's boy, or the boy down the block, or possibly a youngster living on the other side of town. Suppose it were up to you to say how the boys of your community should be trained so that democracy in their hands would be safe, secure. Surely that training would include these fundamentals: loyalty to flag and country. True loyalty springs from understanding. Teaching a boy the story of our flag dramatizes to him the thrilling history of his country and makes patriotism an adventure. Every Boy Scout must know the history of the flag, tolerance and reverence for God. How shall a boy learn tolerance, a vital part of the democratic living? Well, in scouting, Catholic, Jew, or Protestant, all accept the creed at the 12th point of the Scout law. A scout is reverent. He is reverent toward God, is faithful in his religious duties, and respects the convictions of others in the matters of custom and religion. Every boy should have a sense of civic responsibility. The Scout program stresses such training as first aid, life-saving, safety, and public health. Through his troop, he participates in community affairs. These, along with self-reliance, strong moral qualities, and citizenship, are the fundamentals of Scout training, and also underlie your training of youth for democracy. The strength of the Boy Scout program lies in the fact that it appeals to the best traits in boys. It's action, red-blooded romance. Adventure, the out-of-doors, June sunshine and a stream. The whole world is a kingdom for Don and the average American boy. But even complete freedom that the end of school brings somehow lacks an interest, for there's such a thing as too much time and too little to do. What's this? Why, this is a Boy Scout camp. Hey, that's an idea. Got to look into this Boy Scout business someday. And the day comes sooner than he expects. The next evening, Don watches his new next-door neighbor tying knots with a rope. Hey, I can do that. Anybody can tie that old knot. Oh, yeah? A granny. A knot that won't hold. Boy, you don't know much about nuts, do you? Why don't you come to the Boy Scout meeting with me now? Don doesn't realize that he's taking one of the most important steps in his life. For the first time, he attends a Boy Scout meeting, where he meets the Scoutmaster and the members of the troop. Scouting enlists the voluntary service of thousands of men who like boys and who believe in boys, and who have the character and ability that boys can respect and admire. Don is fascinated by the things he sees, as the various phases of the Scout program are unfolded before him. He's eager to become a part of it. Don learns that the Boy Scout troops throughout the United States are sponsored by churches, Protestant, Catholic, and Jewish, by schools and parent-teachers associations, by service clubs. Legion posts and other civic organizations. A few weeks later, because instructions at troop meetings have enabled Don to pass his tenderfoot tests, it is a proud and impressive moment for him when at a troop investiture ceremony, he takes the Scout oath. He lights the tenderfoot candle and is awarded his tenderfoot badge and made a member of the troop. The badge, when first awarded, is pinned upside down and not to be righted until after the first individual good turn has been performed. Unconsciously, Don is absorbing the principles that are the fundamental goals of scouting. He's learning to stand on his own feet. To work and to play with other boys. He's learning to assume his duties as a citizen, to assist his community and his nation. He's developing a code of conduct, learning to lead and to cooperate, to develop a sense of courtesy and helpfulness, to respect his country and its laws, and to be reverent and faithful to his church duties. Scouting brings out the love of adventure in the boys. Much of the activity is out of doors and at camp, where the boys have a chance to put into practice the skills that they have acquired in their troop instruction periods. But the real highlight of any boy's scouting experience is his stay at summer camp. Here at the DeVilbiss Reservation, Camp Miakonda is held every summer. The reservation was acquired through the generosity of Tom DeVilbiss and consists of 160 acres of woods and fields that have been gradually developed into one of the finest Boy Scout reservations and summer camps in this country. Don's troop is attending camp under the leadership of its Scoutmaster, who is taking his vacation in service to his boys. They've elected to stay in the Indian village, where in true Indian style, the boys live in teepees in a sunlit open space in a beautiful part of the reservation. Don's patrol leader shows him how to make a bed, one that won't fall apart during the night. After storing their duffel, they get into their bathing trunks and then hurry off to register at headquarters. receives a medical examination on coming to camp as a protection to himself and to other campers. Don is checked by the camp physician, who reviews the medical examination that Don's own doctor made before he came to camp. He then reports to the swimming instructor, where he is classified as to his ability to swim. As a non-swimmer, he must use the shallow pool. Mess call. Shirts on in the dining room. Oh, come on, Tom.
Our journey is on our way. Thou hast kept us well this day. While we thank thee, we request care continued, pardon rest.
Uh-oh, jumping puppies, oh boy. After the meal is over, Don and his buddies visit the other units of the camp. They find some of their pals at the tent camp, which has units scattered throughout the woods. One of the troops has selected the tree houses, with real living quarters built high in the big trees. Other boys are in the backwoods camp, living in tents. It is here that Don observes how a fire is lighted by friction. A little more primitive still is the wilderness camp, favored by some scouts who like to get further away from the softness of civilization. Outdoor cookery is emphasized here. Uh-oh. Whole beans. In the Adirondack shelters, they find another troop. Here Don watches a scout signaling. While on a replica of a real sailing vessel, the Sea Scouts have stowed their sea bags in the forecastle and anchors away. No life for a landlubber. Thus ends Don's first day at camp. The next morning, camp life starts in earnest. Reveille. No lying in bed for these boys, out in front of their quarters before the last note of the bugle dies away. Against the blue skies of summer, Old Glory is raised majestically to the mast top, to the stirring call, to the colors, while the whole camp stands at salute. In these faces is thorough consciousness of the opportunities offered American youth today. Opportunity enjoyed by no other boys in the entire history of the world. Honor that flag, boys. Respect it and guard it with your lives, if necessary. The things for which it stands. Now it's time to wash clean teeth and comb their hair. So, let's eat. Plenty of cereal, fresh milk, hot rolls, toast and fruit. A big breakfast starts a big day. For the first hour after breakfast, everybody in camp has work to do. Camp must be kept clean, tents and cabins swept out. Dead shrubbery and underbrush cleared away, trees trimmed, seedlings from the nursery transplanted to locations throughout the camp. Each scout, through his work period activities, contributes to the beauty and comfort of the camp, and by doing his share, keeps camping costs low. After the work period is over, there's time for scout craft activities. Don and his buddies elect to try the obstacle course, set up as part of the scout program of physical fitness. One of the boys is down. But no need to worry about cuts and scratches. First aid is practiced under the watchful eye of the camp doctor. At Camp Miakonda, the activities center around the scout program. In his troop unit or with experienced counselors in other parts of the camp, each scout has an opportunity to learn and practice new skills and to advance in rank. The Camp Nature Lore Museum is the center of interest for scouts working on bird study, Indian lore, insect life, rocks and minerals, weather, zoology, or learning to operate and use a microscope. The nearby reptile pit houses many specimens of snakes and turtles found at the camp. The boys learn that most snakes are harmless and gentle, and through their destruction of rats, mice, and insects, are of great benefit to the farmer. They're surprised to find that snakes are not cold and slimy, and that they make gentle, interesting pets. Well, what's this? Why, mezcal! It's time to eat! After lunch, the boys enjoy a rest period of 1 hour, and then are ready for the afternoon activities. These may include the earning of various handicraft merit badges, such as basketry, metalwork, wood carving, leather craft, and painting. These and other merit badges mark a trail into more than 100 interests, hobbies, and possible work explorations, and leads Don and other scouts to discover their own interests and to help them plan their own lives. Because camp has given Don such a grand start, he has passed his tests and advanced to second-class scout. In preparation for the Wednesday evening campfire, Don and his group are learning an Indian pow-pow dance, rehearsed in the colorful setting of the council ring. On the program of the big campfire in the council ring are colorful ceremonies, games, stunts, and singing. All planned and executed by the boys themselves. After the rehearsal in another part of the reservation, we find the boys engaged in the national pastime. Good old baseball. The good old mud hens. And as usual, they build up an appetite, so the mess call finds them ready to eat again. Camp Miakonda dining hall has a capacity of 400, where wholesome food satisfies outdoor created appetites. The trading post offers camp necessities and handicraft materials. Soap? No, they don't want that, although it's the first thing they managed to lose. Visitors' night. And something for the boys. The poor little dears are probably half starved. And a little food was just what the doctor ordered. Or did he? Now look, fellas, we're warning you. We ought to stop, you know. But go ahead. This should be mighty interesting. Sure, sneak it on in. Can't blame the boys too much, except for not bringing up their parents better. But they know it's against the rules, so okay, they're going to break a rule or two. Oh boy, a big rich cake. You're going to be sorry. You wait and see. Stomach, prepare yourself. Here it comes. And bananas yet. We ought to call this murder off. But we started it. Let's finish it. After all, it's their funeral. And we do mean funeral. There'll be a brief pause while I hold my stomach. Oh my. A cake and pickle sandwich. Now I've seen everything. But there'll come a day of reckoning, boys. Give me strength. You see? Nah, like we told you. But this food won't make my boy sick. No, this kid isn't sick. He always sleeps this way. Monk the bouncer, we calls him. Comes the dawn to Camp Miakonda. Also comes Don and Monk to the Miakonda hospital. I can't understand it, Doc. They felt swell when they went to bed last night. We ought to line the parents up and make them take a dose of this, too. Okay, boys, take it easy. Take it easy. No swimming, and take it easy on food. Yeah, food. You eat, remember? Now, do you catch on, parents? Some days, the afternoon activities may include a nature hike for the study of birds, insects, and plants. Scoutmaster points out the nest of a yellow warbler. This is poison ivy. An old proverb advises the boys, leaflets 3, let it be. And later in the day, we find the boys engaging in sports and games such as tennis, volleyball, archery, and good old horseshoe. Or spending some time at the rifle range. Here are the makings of a camp-wide watermelon hunt, following the trail. Come on, Monk. Hey, Monk, come on, hurry up. Deciphering coded instructions. they pursue the elusive watermelon. Well, look. It's Monk who won. The lakefront is alluring to all scouts. Here they pass certain requirements. Boys who have qualified in swimming and life saving are permitted to use the canoes. But Don, still a non-swimmer, must stick to the rowboats and be accompanied by a swimmer. After hours of practice under expert guidance, Don has met his swimming requirements and may now use the deeper pool. And now it is time for the general swim period. Don learns about the check-in and check-out system that is in use at the swimming pool. He is instructed in the buddy check and learns that he must check in, check out, and swim with his buddy whenever he enters the pool. This buddy check system is the safest known and accounts for Camp Miakonda's perfect water safety record. The water in the camp's splendid pool passes through an elaborate system of filters and purifying processes where soda ash, lime, alum, and chlorine are used. The capacity of the system is 100,000 gallons per hour, which completely changes the pool in 13½ hours. After the showers, they report to the pool with their buddies, where the boys slosh through a chemically treated foot bath to prevent athlete's foot, and are checked in, each boy with his buddy. At intervals, the buddy bell is sounded, and each scout grabs the hand of his buddy so that they may be checked by the lifeguard. Pools checked so they all go back to swimming. Swim period is over and each boy checks out with his buddy. Just before dinner is cleanup, inspection time. Beds must be made right. Floors clean, lanterns trimmed, and scouts neat and tidy. Each day after inspection, the entire camp is assembled for retreat and for the colors as the day ends. home again, Don relives his camp experience. Boats, fishing, games, sports, advancement, hiking, making things, just living and getting along with his buddies and the rest of his troop. And Don will go ahead to first class, star to life, and finally to the goal of all good scouts, the rank of Eagle. Through Don's scouting experience, we have seen a sample of the program provided for the youth of the Toledo area for any boy 12 years of age. Rich, poor, colored, or white, Protestant, Catholic, or Jew. For the 9-year-olds, there's a Cub Scout program, and for boys 15, there are Sea Explorers and Air Scouting. The Toledo area scouting program is recognized as one of the most advanced in the country. This is your program for your boys. Who will be your citizens tomorrow?